Yeah, 10 strollers stripped down towards one super stroller. I'm happy for her, but I'm a little salty. I am a little salty. of service in Oxnard, California, and transmits from a tower on Mount Lupus in the San Gabriel Mountains. This broadcast is also relayed to a transmitter near San Marcos on frequency of 162.425 megahertz. Flash flood was released in effect for the recent burning areas until noon Pacific Daylight Time today. A flash flood was continued for the recent burning areas of the Ventura County Mountains. Until noon Pacific Daylight Time today, heavy rain and thunderstorms are possible this morning. There is the potential for rainfall rates in excess of 1/2 inch per hour, which could lead to mud and debris flows, especially in below easily burned areas. Flash flooding and debris flows will be a particular threat in below the recently burned areas. A flash flood was developed to lead to flash flooding. Flash flooding is a very dangerous situation. Southern California residents, because below the recently burned areas, are urged to take the steps necessary to protect their property. Persons in the watch area should remain alert and follow the directions of the emergency preparedness officials. Flash flood was released in effect for the recent burned areas until noon Pacific Daylight Time today. The flash flood was continued for the recent burned areas of the Antelope Valley, Los Angeles County Mountains, excluding the San Monica Range, Los Angeles County San Fernando Valley, Los Angeles County San Gabriel Valley, Santa Clarita Valley, Santa Rosa Mountains recreational area, Ventura County Coast, and Ventura County Coastal Valleys. On noon Pacific Daylight Time today, heavy rain and thunderstorms are possible this morning. There is a potential for rainfall rates in excess of 1/2 inch per hour, which could lead to mud and debris flows, especially in below easily burned areas. Mud and debris flows will be a particular threat in below the recently burned areas. A flash flood watching conditions being developed to lead to flash flooding. Flash flooding is a very dangerous situation. Southern California residents, on below the recently burned areas, are urged to take the steps necessary to protect their property. Please remain alert and follow directions of the emergency preparedness officials. This is the Marine Weather Statement for the following inner waters from Point Mother to San Mateo Point, California, including Santa Catalina and Santa Barbara Islands. A slight chance of thunderstorms this morning. A moist and unstable air mass will bring the potential for thunderstorms to the coastal waters this morning. Any thunderstorm that forms will be capable of producing locally gusty winds and low seas, dangerous lightning, heavy rainfall with reduced visibility, and water spouts. Monitor NOAA weather radio for the latest information on the storm system. Here is the latest weather synopsis. A storm system moves quickly across the area from north to south through today. Heavy rain and thunderstorms are possible through this morning. A couple of weaker systems bring light rain to some areas again Saturday and Sunday. Temperatures will remain near or below normal through the middle of next week. The forecast for the Los Angeles County Coast, including downtown Los Angeles, today, rain with a slight chance of thunderstorms in the morning and scattered showers in the afternoon. Highs in the upper 60s to mid-70s. Tonight, mostly cloudy. A 20% chance of showers in the evening. Lows in the upper 60s to mid-60s. Saturday, partly cloudy in the morning and mostly cloudy with a 20% chance of showers in the afternoon. Highs in the upper 60s to mid-70s. Saturday night, mostly cloudy. A slight chance of showers in the evening and a chance of showers after midnight. Lows in the upper 50s to mid-60s. Chance of precipitation 40%. Sunday, mostly cloudy. A slight chance of showers in the morning and a chance of showers in the afternoon. Highs in the mid-60s to lower 70s. Southwest winds around 15 miles an hour in the afternoon. miles an hour. At Palm Springs, it was partly sunny. The temperature was 73. The wind was variable at 5 miles an hour. At Santa Barbara, it was cloudy. The temperature was 64. Around 8 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time on Friday, October 28th, these were the conditions along the Southern California coast. Across the Southern California waters, in East Santa Barbara, winds were west at 10 knots. At Santa Monica Bay, winds were 4 feet at 13 seconds. Sea temperature 64. At Santa Monica Bay, winds northeast at 10 knots. Wave height 4 feet at 8 seconds. Sea temperature 66. Air temperature 66. At West Santa Barbara, winds were west at 6 knots. Wave height 6 feet at 16 seconds. Sea temperature 62. Air temperature 62. At Tanner Banks, winds northeast at 8 knots. Wave height 6 feet at 16 seconds. Sea temperature 67. Air temperature 66. Here is the forecast for the Los Angeles County beaches. Moderate with current wind. Slight chance of thunderstorms. Today, surf heights 2 to 4 feet. With current risk, moderate. Conditions are favorable for the development of dangerous risk currents. Water temperature 62 to 67 degrees. Lightning potential, slight chance. UV index, moderate. Tides, low tide, 0.9 feet to 20 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. High tide, 5.6 feet at 8:36 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Low tide, 0.5 feet at 3:01 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. High tide, 4.6 feet at 9:03 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Remarks, mixed south and west swell. Saturday, surf heights 2 to 4 feet. With current risk, moderate. Conditions are favorable for the development of dangerous risk currents. Water temperature 62 to 67 degrees. Lightning potential, unexpected. Tides, low tide, 1.2 feet at 2:46 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. High tide, 5.7 feet at 8:59 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Low tide, 0.3 feet at 3:32 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. High tide, 4.5 feet at 9:38 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Remarks, mixed south swell and west swell. Here is the surf forecast for the Ventura County beaches. Moderate with current risk. Slight chance of thunderstorms. Today, surf heights 2 to 4 feet. With current risk, moderate. Conditions are favorable for the development of dangerous risk currents. Water temperature 58 to 61 degrees. Lightning potential, slight chance. UV index, moderate. Tides, low tide, 0.9 feet at 2:24 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. High tide, 5.5 feet at 8:40 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Low tide, 0.5 feet at 3:05 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. High tide, 4.6 feet at 9:06 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Remarks, mixed west swell and south swell. Saturday, surf heights 2 to 4 feet. With current risk, moderate. Conditions are favorable for the development of dangerous risk currents. Water temperature 58 to 61 degrees. Lightning potential, unexpected. Tides, low tide, 1/5.1 foot at 2:49 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. High tide, 5.6 feet at 9:03 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Low tide, 0.3 feet at 3:36 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. High tide, 4.4 feet at 9:41 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Remarks, mixed south swell and west swell. The coastal weather observations issued at 7 a.m. At Port St. Louis, the wind was west at 10 knots. Air temperature was 63. At Santa Barbara Harbor, sky was cloudy with haze. Visibility was 6 miles. The wind was south at 3 knots. Waves were 1 foot at 10 seconds. Swell direction was from the southwest. Sea temperature was 63. Air temperature was 63. At Channel Islands Harbor, sky was cloudy with rain. Visibility was 8 miles. The wind was north at 10 knots. Waves were 2 feet at 12 seconds with 6 to 3 feet. Swell direction was from the north. Sea temperature was 60. Air temperature was 63. At high up here. The wind was east at 10 knots. Sea temperature was 63. Air temperature was 67. You're listening to NOAA weather radio station KW37, broadcasting on frequency of 162.55 megahertz. The station is operated by the National Weather Service in Oxnard, California. It transmits from the Tampa on Mount Lucansi and San Gabriel Mountains. This broadcast is also relayed to a transmitter near Sandburg on frequency of 162.425 megahertz. Flash flood watch remains in effect for the recent burn areas until noon Pacific Daylight Time today. The flash flood watch continues for the recent burn areas of the Ventura County Mountains. Until noon Pacific Daylight Time today, heavy rain and thunderstorms are possible this morning. There is the potential for rainfall rates in excess of 1/2 inch per hour, which could lead to mud and debris flows, especially in and below recently burned areas. Flash flooding and debris flows will be a particular threat in and below the recently burned areas. A flash flood watch means that conditions may develop that lead to flash flooding. Flash flooding is a very dangerous situation. Southern California residents in or below the recently burned areas are urged to take the steps necessary to protect their property. Persons in the watched area should remain alert and follow directions of the emergency preparedness officials. Flash flood watch remains in effect for the recent burned areas until noon Pacific Daylight Time today. The flash flood watch continues for the recent burned areas of the Antelope Valley, Los Angeles County Mountains, excluding the San Joaquin Range, Los Angeles County San Fernando Valley, Los Angeles County San Gabriel Valley, Santa Cruz Valley, Santa Monica Mountains Recreational Area, Ventura County Coast, and Ventura County Coastal Valleys. Until noon Pacific Daylight Time today, heavy rain and thunderstorms are possible this morning. There is the potential for rainfall rates in excess of 1/2 inch per hour, which could lead to mud and debris flows, especially in and below recently burned areas. Flash flooding and debris flows will be a particular threat in and below the recently burned areas. A flash flood watch means that conditions may develop that lead to flash flooding. Flash flooding is a very dangerous situation. Southern California residents in or below the recently burned areas are urged to take the steps necessary to protect their property. Persons in the watched area should remain alert and follow directions of the emergency preparedness officials. This is a marine weather statement for the following inner waters from Point Monte to San Mateo Point, California, including Santa Catalina and Santa Barbara Islands. A slight chance of thunderstorms this morning. Moist and unstable air mass will bring the potential for thunderstorms to the coastal waters through this morning. Any thunderstorm that forms will be capable of producing locally gusty winds and rough seas, dangerous lightning, heavy rainfall with reduced visibility, and water counts. Monitor NOAA weather radio for the latest information on the storm system. Here is the latest weather synopsis. A storm system will spread rain across the area from north to south through today. Heavy rain and thunderstorms are possible for this morning. A couple of weaker systems could bring light rain to some areas again Saturday and Sunday. Temperatures will remain near or below normal through the middle of next week. The forecast for the Los Angeles County Coast, including downtown Los Angeles, today, rain with a slight chance of thunderstorms in the morning and scattered showers in the afternoon. Highs in the upper 60s to mid-70s. Tonight, mostly cloudy. A 20% chance of showers in the evening. Lows in the upper 50s to mid-60s. Saturday, partly cloudy in the morning and mostly cloudy with a 20% chance of showers in the afternoon. Highs in the upper 60s to mid-70s. Saturday night, mostly cloudy. A slight chance of showers in the evening and a chance of showers after midnight. Lows in the upper 50s to mid-60s. Chance of precipitation 40%. Sunday, mostly cloudy. A slight chance of showers in the morning and a chance of showers in the afternoon. Highs in the mid-60s to lower 70s. Southwest winds around 15 miles an hour in the afternoon. Chance of precipitation 30%. Sunday night, partly cloudy. A 20% chance of showers in the evening. Lows in the 50s to around 60. Monday through Tuesday, partly cloudy. Highs in the mid-60s to around 70. Lows in the 50s to around 60. Tuesday night through Thursday, mostly clear. Lows in the 50s to around 60. Highs from the mid-60s at the beaches to the mid-70s. was 66. At Woodland Hills, temperature was 63, and the relative humidity was 82. Wind was west at 3 miles an hour. At Sandburg, in the vicinity of Tejon Pass, rain and fog were reported, reducing the visibility to 1/4 of a mile. The temperature was 56. The wind was out at 14 miles an hour, gusting to 20. At Lancaster, it was mostly cloudy. The temperature was 60. The wind was west at 6 miles an hour. At Palm Springs, it was partly sunny. The temperature was 73. The wind was variable at 5 miles an hour. At Santa Barbara, it was cloudy. The temperature was 64. Around 8 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time on Friday, October 28th, these were the conditions along the Southern California coast. Across the Southern California waters, at East Santa Barbara and Bowie, winds were west at 10 knots. At Santa Monica and Bowie, wave height 4 feet at 13 seconds. Sea temperature 64. At Santa Monica Base and Bowie, winds northeast at 10 knots. Wave height 4 feet at 8 seconds. Sea temperature 66. Air temperature 66. At West Santa Barbara and Bowie, winds were west at 6 knots. Wave height 6 feet at 16 seconds. Sea temperature 62. Air temperature 62. At Tanner Banks Bowie, winds northeast at 8 knots. Wave height 6 feet at 15 seconds. Sea temperature 67. Air temperature 66. Around 9 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time on Friday, October 28th, these were the conditions along the Southern California coast. Across the Southern California waters, at East Santa Barbara and Bowie, wave height 4 feet. Wave area 15 seconds. At Santa Monica and Bowie, wave height 4 feet at 11 seconds. Sea temperature 64. At Santa Monica and Bowie, winds northeast at 6 knots. Sea temperature 66 degrees. Air temperature 66 degrees. At West Santa Barbara and Bowie, winds were west at 6 knots. Wave height 6 feet at 16 seconds. Sea temperature 62. Air temperature 62. At Tanner Banks Bowie, winds northeast at 8 knots. Wave height 6 feet at 15 seconds. Sea temperature 67. Air temperature 66. Here's the search forecast for the Los Angeles County beaches. Moderate with current risk. Slight chance of thunderstorms. Today, surf heights 2 to 4 feet. With current risk, moderate. Conditions are favorable for the development of dangerous wind currents. The water temperature 62 to 67 degrees. Lightning potential, slight chance. UV index, moderate. Tide, low tide, 0.9 feet at 2:28 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. High tide, 5.6 feet at 8:36 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Low tide, 0.5 feet at 3:01 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. High tide, 4.6 feet at 9:03 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Remarks, mixed south and west swell. Saturday, surf heights 2 to 4 feet. With current risk, moderate. Conditions are favorable for the development of dangerous wind currents. The water temperature 62 to 67 degrees. Lightning potential unexpected. Tides, low tide 1.2 feet at 2:46 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. High tide 5.7 feet at 8:59 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Low tide 0.3 feet at 3:32 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. High tide 4.5 feet at 9:38 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Remarks, mixed south swell and west swell. Here's the surf forecast for the Ventura County beaches. Moderate with current risk. Slight chance of thunderstorms. Today, surf heights 2 to 4 feet. With current risk, moderate. Conditions are favorable for the development of dangerous wind currents. The water temperature 58 to 61 degrees. Lightning potential, slight chance. UV index, moderate. Tides, low tide, 0.9 feet at 2:24 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. High tide, 5.5 feet at 8:40 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Low tide, 0.5 feet at 3:05 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. High tide, 4.6 feet 6 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Remarks, mixed west swell and south swell. Saturday, surf heights 2 to 4 feet. Break current risk, moderate. Conditions are favorable for the development of dangerous wind currents. Water temperature 58 to 61 degrees. Lightning potential, unexpected. Tides, low tide, 1 foot at 2:49 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. High tide, 5.6 feet at 9:03 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Low tide, 0.3 feet at 3:36 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. High tide, 4.4 feet at 9:41 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Remarks, mixed south swell and west swell. The coastal weather observation issued at 7 a.m. At Port St. Louis, the wind was west at 10 knots. Air temperature was 63. At Santa Barbara Harbor, sky was cloudy with haze. Visibility was 6 miles. The wind was south at 3 knots. Waves were 1 foot at 10 seconds. Swell direction was from the southwest. Sea temperature was 63. Air temperature was 63. At Channel Islands Harbor, sky was cloudy with rain. Visibility was 8 miles. The wind was north at 10 knots. Waves were 2 feet at 12 seconds. With 6 to 3 feet. Swell direction was from the north. Sea temperature was 60. Air temperature was 83. At Santa Monica Pier, the wind was east at 10 knots. Sea temperature was 63. Air temperature was 67. You're listening to More Weather Radio Station.